We continue to line up for Team USA. In net, number 31, Silver Snyder. Number 45, goaltender Andrew Carter. Defense, number 25, Tony Emilio. Number 88, Nico Hernandez. 20, Drew Albright. 92, Nick Carter. 8, Mark Carrasco. 16, John Dewey. 19, Cody Swift. 71, Jordan Albright. Forward 24, Johnny Ruiz. 97, Nicky Maloney. 72, Corey Wilson. 11, Steve Young. 4, Winnie Tomiello. 9, Eddie O'Urban. 43, Brandon Versetti. 14, Brandon Cruzzi. 93, Connor Callahan. 21, 37, Scott Morgan. 61, Nicolas Neves. 81, Corey Fredrickson. At number 30, Brandon Jones. Coach, Laurie Rush.
Hockey fans, welcome back to the 2024 ISBHF World Championship. Big matchup today in the men's double. United States wearing white, taking on the Czech Republic in red. This will be for the number 1 seed in the men's A pool, Group A2. U.S. looking to bounce back after a less than stellar performance yesterday against Team Italy. They did manage to get the win in overtime. But anyone who saw that would agree that Team USA did not look like the same that played in the first 2 games. For the Czech Republic, they ended up getting a victory in the shootout. The second shootout victory of the tournament they had earlier over Switzerland, and then today they came back after being down 2-0 Finland in the third period. Showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of mettle. They've looked impressive in this tournament so far. So this should be a good one as the referees get ready for the opening draw. In net for the United States, Robbie Snyder. Trying to see who is in net for the Czech Republic. As I get a number there, I'll let you know. But we do have scoring in effect. Stats.isbhf.com. Get up to the minute live scoring. We can see all the goals, assists, saves, all that good stuff. As we are underway, and the Czech Republic take possession early, right into the glove of Schneider, and we'll get a face-off down deep by zone. Snyder's second start of the tournament. Played well in the opening match against Switzerland, which the United States won 4-2. Republic gained possession, shot goes off a foot to the corner. Picked up by the US, headband out to the captain, Johnny Ruiz. Sent down deep into the zone. Now I have a number for the goaltender. It is number 39, Votek. As the ball heads in deep to the United States zone. We're going to get some line changes for legs as the United States does the same. Dropped off to Corey Wilson, back behind the net. U.S. looking to carry the ball through the neutral zone. Romolilo, he's intercepted passes and was intercepted as the Czech Republic tried to attack here. Sent back down into the zone. Picked up by Jan Čeka. Drops it off. Wrap around and tap out the post. Early opportunity there. Good job on the wraparound attempt by Dalomil Zvonek for the Czech Republic. It's at the far post. If the U.S. has a little more pep in their step as compared to yesterday's game against Italy when they just seemed a little distracted. Dropped the game. For the Czech Republic, they played with good energy against Finland. They ended up out-shooting them in the game. Finland was able to bury a couple of opportunities that had his United States touch against numbers here. 2-0. Instead of taking the shot, he tried to pass it and battled down deep. Goes off of a foot to the point. Long shot. Locked down up front. That was Berger Moscow with the long shot. He's back on defense now. Ball on the blocked by the U.S. Gloved down by Schneider. Into the corner. Michael Landis. Landis with it. The U.S. gets some fresh legs out there. As you can hear the public fans beating the drum incessantly. They're chant of Czechia. They like to do that about 10 billion times per game. But hey, hockey is a huge sport for them. Kind of like soccer is for Latin America, Europe. You're going to be hearing that chant throughout this entire broadcast every time the Czech Republic enter one play. Picked up by the United States, back down in their zone. Right hand mans the ball up. Shot. He's really gloved down. Then back gets in the zone. Towards the far boards. For an outlet pass. Trying to gain the zone. They have not gained the zone yet. Now they gain the zone. U.S. off the glove of Schneider. Shot went off the stick of Andre Krazak. As the U.S. tries to walk it in. Stymied on the effort. Up into the center floor. Czech Republic gains the zone. Back behind the U.S. net. Trying to get a cycle going here. U.S. sticking with their men. Picked up by Czechia. Trying to circle it around. It's a good poke check on the part of the U.S. Bob deep into the Czech zone along the boards. Corey Wilson giving chase, overruns it. Czechs gain the U.S. zone again. Center attempt. There's a look at the net. Just goes wide. Shot! Oh, so blocked by the U.S. Snyder couldn't find the ball. And an outstanding play there by number 88, Michael Lundy, sacrifices with the body. As the U.S. goes on the counter, poked. And I think the net is dislodged. That was poked by Vinny Tumanello. Well, the U.S. gets lucky there. I'm not sure what happened with Snyder. Now we lost track of the ball there, or if he had an equipment issue or whatnot. Maybe we'll see it on the replay. Oh, maybe we won't see it on the replay. I'm not sure what happened there with Snyder, why he couldn't track the ball. Well, here we go. So the ball just comes out to the Czech player, yeah. So Schneider finally tracked it at the end there, but I guess there was just mad confusion in front and back into the action here. Long shot goes high over the crossbar. Up by the U.S. Back behind their own net. And it was number 16, John Dutney, with the tire there. U.S. trying to get in the zone, but offside. Number 37, Scott Morgan, was not able to get the ball fully across the blue line. 8:49 left here in the opening period. 0-0 United States and Czech Republic battle for the number 1 seed in the men's A group. A2, pardon, I should say A2 group. An A1 and an A2 group. So right now the U.S. has 2 wins and no overtimes. They have 8 points. Czech Republic has 1 regulation win and 2 wins in overtime. They have 7 points. And then Switzerland, who plays later, has points as Finland. So it's not possible for Finland or Switzerland to catch the winner of this game, irrespective of whether or not it ends up as a win in overtime or a win in regulation. Because a win in regulation counts for 3, and the United States has 8. Have 7. They're not going to be able to catch it. Referee yelling out on the move it. Player, the U.S. loses their footing. Picked up by Czechs. They have numbers now. 2-on-1 developing. Shot. Score! Czech Republic takes it early. 1-0. Nice breakout there by the Czech Republic. See who they give a goal to. Might have been Khrushchev, number 86. See on the replay here. Nothing Schneider could do on that except trying to slide it across. Yep, that's Khrushchev on the goal. He'll be assisted by Lucas Loda. 1-0 Czech Republic here in the first period. 7 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Sent it down towards the zone. Back to the point. Shot. Head saved by Snyder. Like somebody lost the sneaker out there. Also had an assist there for number 44, Vaclav Schlehofer.
Áno, je pravda, že Česi sa dobre, že aj mali prekvapenia, keď som to spomínal,
All right, picked up in the neutral zone by the U.S., dumped in on the Czech netminder as the Czech fans finally start banging that drum, which is so loud here in the arena. Even with headphones on, it is deafening. Certainly appreciate the enthusiasm, but on a personal note, I just don't feel it's necessary to bang the drum quite literally every 10 seconds. But hey, it's just me. Who am I to criticize the fans? Referee providing some guidance to the Czechs about cheating the face off. So they're behind the line there. One back by the Czechs. Czechs take possession in their zone. Back in their own zone. Along near boards. Czechs still very patient, content to just sit there and play pitch and catch in the neutral zone. Not going to chase here against the U.S. it looks like. Good break up on the play there by the United States as we're call here probably for boarding against the Czechs happened right in front of them. The referee immediately put his arm up. Interesting about hockey players there, right? So the penalty happened right in front of the United States bench. The referee puts his arm up, and yet to a man, every person in the United States just screamed at that. If the ref didn't skip to the play, put his arm up immediately. Gotta love hockey players, man. Love the enthusiasm, love the passion for it, right? Clearly see there on the replay, he got pushed from behind. Just waiting for the PA announcer to announce the penalty. Well, the scorekeeper is talking, trying to get attention to the referee. I'm not sure what happened there. They have not announced the penalty yet as the U.S. fires in down low. Hemmed along the boards, it's the United States. Back to Nick Carter. Shot. Good pad save. So that was a 2-minute penalty for boarding. Czechs got a 2-on-1 here. Shot just goes wide. Number 36, Andrei Prashak. 2 minutes for boarding. Czechs have possession in their own zone. United States trying to gain in the Czech zone when they do. Picked up Fredrickson. Back to Corey Wood. Takes the shot, Dutney. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. Aaron pass by the United States.
Do vlastnej obrany tretiny budú musieť výpadne útočné pásmo. Ešte ostatné 40 sekúnd.
US looking to gain the zone. They do. Wilson has it. Send it back to Dutney. Down low. Wrist shot blocked. Doing a good job in the shooting lane. Only had one shot on net here in this power play. Back to Dutney. Fakes the one-timer shot. Wilson, and it ends up right into the glove of the Czech netminder. Tech 3:37 left in the first period. 8 seconds remaining on the man advantage as the U.S. is going to get some line change. Try to see who's coming out for the U.S. here. See Connor Callahan, to Manello on these. Versus Getty. That's Eddie Urban at that point over there. Face off one back a little too hard, and that on the advantage here for the Czechs. Absolutely killed. Back to even strength. U.S. trying to carry it into the zone. Michael Andes. Hard battle. 6 people down there trying to move that ball. Referee right there. Czech finally come away with it. Czech gaining the zone. Frolic. Set back in, down 8. John Billy. Back down low, over to Billy. Try to center attempt. Stuff by the U.S. Along near board, over Partner. Good stuff, Robbie Schneider. I believe he got a left pad save there. He ended up losing his stick. Goes to grab it, now he's got it. U.S. dodges a bullet there as we're going to get a flooring call here. We got to look at that save replay here. There's Snyder all alone. Defensive down. Czechs here just missed the net entirely. I thought Snyder might have got a piece of that, but Czech player just missed the net entirely. The U.S. get lucky. Referee providing some instructions here on the draw. Talking to the United States, telling them not to cheat on the draw here. Back by the U.S. on the stick and Nick Carter. Carter behind the net, just waiting for something to develop. U.S. hemmed in their own zone, approaching the 2-minute mark remaining here in the first period. Back to Carter. Cross floor pass. Given Ace an opportunity here. To the net. Good pass save again. Mokri swallows up the round. That was Scott Morgan with the shot. Face off one back by the Americans. Long wrist shot blocked. Off the stick of Carter, over to Morgan. Back down to Carter. Trying to get it in front. Intercepted by the Czechs. Good play there by number 98. Lucas Loda had an assist on the lone goal for the Czechs. Center attempt, nobody there to receive. It comes near board. Thrown in front. Harmlessly poked away. US gains possession. Nicola Levesque. So then gives chase. Off of a foot. Picked up by the captain, Johnny Ruiz. Dumps across floor. Gordon Albright giving chase. Albright pushes the boards. Albright giving the Czech player the business. Both teams trying to gain possession. US comes away with it. Ruiz at the point. Something happened down here. Sends it low. Intercepted by the Czech Republic. As we approach the 30-second mark remaining in the opening period. 1-0 Czech Republic. Corey Wilson. Back to the near boards, 50 seconds remaining. Off the stick of Brandon Jones. Picked up by Czechka. Shot! Right over the block. Number 92, one of the Czech Republic's best players. Jan Čeka makes it 2-0. 8 seconds remaining in the first period. US looking quite dejected. That happened very quickly, but Čeka was one of the superstars in the Czech Republic Ball Hockey League. See here, a quick release that he's got. Just pick the corner right over the bunker. Brings it back to the twine. Czech Republic up 2-0 on the United States. One back by the Americans, but they're not going to have time to get anything done here. 2 seconds remaining, and so that will do it. First period. There's a 10-minute break between periods. We'll be back for the start of the second as the Czechs take a 2-0 lead into the first intermission over the Americans. All right, we're back. Ready for the start of second period action here. Czech Republic 2-0 over the United States. Second goal from the Czech Republic was a heck of a wrist shot by arguably their best player, Jan Čeka, number 92, with 8 seconds remaining in the period. It'll be interesting to see how the U.S. comes back in response. We saw yesterday Finland go up 2-0 on the Czechs and then proceed to basically sit in a shell for the better part of 20 minutes and try and protect it, and it just didn't work. Goaltender must face 50 shots. So 2-goal lead, right? It's worst lead in sports. I've heard me say it many times during the broadcast here. Now that the Czechs have a 2-goal lead against a good team, we'll see what happens. Dump off and the play offside. I don't believe the Czechs are going to sit back on this, knowing that the United States has a lot of firepower. They certainly seem like they have the momentum, especially when you get a goal like that late in the period. Even though there's intermission, you can absolutely bring that momentum at the start of the next period. But it'd be interesting to see how they approach this. Walking in all alone, another defensive breakdown for the United States. Beaten on the play there by number 26 down. Checks with it. Back behind the net. Carter trying to body his man. Set harmlessly in the corner. Picked up by Čeka. Well, he's going to get picked up by Jordan All, but he rattled back around the boards to nobody. And Nick Carter had to go give chase. Finally, Joe Mililo sends it back over to Albright. He's got Levesque with him, but Czechs have plenty of numbers there as the U.S. is getting some fresh legs. Eddie Herb. Rifled it picked up by Levesque. Behind the net to Jordan Albright. Trying to get a center attempt there. Intercepted by the Czechs. Dumped out by the Czech. They're able to get a clear here. Picked up by the United States. As Czechs get a couple of fresh legs coming on. Dumped in deep behind the netminder. Jotek, he has not faced shots. Obviously pitching a shutout. Means he's made the saves he's needed to make. Regardless of the number of... that play was clearly offsides there. Czechs he's about to say, regardless of the number of he's faced, he made the saves he's needed to make, right? So hey, hats off to him. Sometimes it's tough to keep your head just not facing some lot of opportunities. And you know that the opposing team has firepower like the United States. You know, conversely, for the United States, if I'm Robbie Snyder, listen to that goal, that second goal. Hey man, the guy just made a great shot. Nothing you can do about that, right? You can't save him. He was in the right position. You know, some world-class player just picked a corner and beat you over the blocker. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So he knows to step behind him and just focus on the next period and the next save and keep his head in the game. That's all he can do. Right now, Mulgrave has made 5 saves. Schneider has made 6 saves on 8 shots. Dumped by the Czechs, and Schneider's going to glove on that before the whistle. 11:55 remaining here in the second period. Czech Republic leading the United States 2-0. Just as a reminder, we do have dual language in effect now on our streams. So if you want to change the language as you're looking at the stream, just click the headphone icon there on your screen and you can switch over and hear the additional language broadcast, which is being broadcast in Slovakian. My partner, Mr. Andy Nemchak. The U.S. picks it up in their own zone, dumped in. Chip by Corey Wilson, sneaky give us hustle. Like Brandon Jones lost the footing there, unable to keep that. Jones, tournament was player of the game in the first game against Switzerland, but then as a U.S. defenseman fanned on that outlet pass, he stood up yesterday for Italy. Don't know why. Sure, head coach Corey the reason for that, but Jones is back in action here. Hopefully he's not back in injury. As the Czech Republic is zone, passed down low. Poke check there for the U.S. Batted out of the zone. Potentially with numbers here. Czechs need to be careful. Good stick work there as Czech Republic is screaming for too many men on the floor, but referee was right there. Never put his arm up. Shot goes off the top of the shoulder, I believe, of Moby. The net there for the U.S. That shot is wide. Stick Lilo. Shot by Callahan. Up by Lilo. Over to Callahan. Checks it away. Steady over to Lilo. Shot! Blocked! That was a heck of a block there by number 34. Back for the Czechs. Golden opportunity there for the United States. Unable to capitalize on it with 10 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Czech Republic leading 2-0. Will come down deep to the right of Scott. The right of Snyder here. Czech Republic first goal was scored by number 86, Martin Krujek, assisted by Lota and Schlahofer. And then the second goal was Jan Čeka, assisted by Zvanek and Babar. As that shot gets deflected. Deep by Bergamo. Andis gives chase. Albright has it. Albright with it. Trying to find somebody to give it to. Long shot from the point. Easily patted down. Rebound goes right to an American player. Blocked. I believe that was Levesque who ended up with the rebound. It was dangerous play for the Czechs. Over to Levesque. Trying to make a centering attempt for Bergamo. But Bergamo unable to retrieve. Kept in by the Czechs. Lost shot. Blocked. Pass goes off of a foot. Down and deep. Pick the Czech. US player loses footing there. Sent in far corner. Still battling there along the near boards. U.S. away with it. Here's Mike Malloy. Deep for Urban. Picked up along the near boards. Morgan sends it back down to Urban. Center attempt. Off the stick of a Czech player. Long shot from the point. Goes well wide. Czech are going to be able to get a clear here, but that's a foreign call. Face off will come all the way back down into the Czech zone with 7 minutes, 57 seconds remaining here. Czech Republic leading the United States 2-0. Some decision here from head coach Corey Hirsch for the United States, one of the referees. And we get a whistle, and we should be ready for the draw. Well, this is one of the longest whistles we've seen here between the face-offs. Apparently, reasonable to each player. I don't understand why it's so difficult to just line up for a call. But who am I to criticize, right? Finally, we are back to the action here. Then down deep, check, pick it up. Center attempt, shots go hard, checks it 3-0. Just like that. That was number 8, that is Blaha. Fed by Zdeněk Král. And the U.S. looking stunned. Finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Czech Republic send out some fresh players here. U.S. just look shell-shocked. They really do. Czech Republic all amped up, very excited. U.S. now with a tall order in front of them. Time out by the United States. Well, head coach Corey Hirsch trying to rally his troops. So there were on that last goal by Blaha, the primary assist was Zdeněk Král, and then secondary assist was Jaromír Markitan. .7:42 remaining in the second period here, as the has made a goaltending change. So Corey Hirsch during a timeout, replacing Robbie Peter with Andrew Carter. I don't think any reasonable hockey fan would point the finger at Robbie Snyder. I don't think he can do any of those goals. That's what you need to do sometimes, right? Get a goaltending change and maybe send a message to the team, trying to get fired. Gotta try something. You're down 3-0. Only have half the game left to play here. Over to Jones. applying good forecheck here, not letting the United States have many breathing room for outlet passes. USA can't just sit behind the net. I'm not sure what the strategy is here. I mean, they've literally lost close to 35 seconds now. I'm trying to provide some commentating here. I just don't understand the strategy of spending seconds behind your net only to make a poor outlet pass. US just needs to be crisper, right? Be more determined when they have the ball as the player goes to the far boards there. Picked up by the Czech Republic. The game right now, 3-0. They have numbers, but balls off of the U.S. player's stick and looked like it was about to be rifled on net by Lucas Loda from the Republic, but the ball rolled off of his stick. Picked up by Drew Albright. Albright backed off the play. One thing about the Czech Republic, they're very strong on the ball. All the teams I've seen in the tournament, I would say, man for man, they're probably the strongest on the ball when it comes to individual battles. It's just very, they're built very, right? In terms of their physical structure for each player. It's very good off the ball. Dutney has a shot. Loose ball in front, goes through the crease. Dutney threw it on net, but and was just down there. Good keep it the line by Ruiz. Over to Levesque. Shot blocked. Back to Levesque. Shot blocked again. Good job by the Czech. Logging in the shooting lanes. As Czechs have numbers here. There's Czech a shot. Trying to pick the far side. This would have been a goal of the day. Towards the airport. Wrap around on a top by Carter. Goes up off of his pads and into the mesh netting. 4:51 remaining. U.S. trailing 3-0. And just get back to what I was talking about before, and the United States standing behind the net and waiting and waiting. And listen, you just don't have that luxury. You know, you got to be more deliberate and make sure that you get your legs open. And if there's no outlet passes to be had, no passing lanes, you got to create your own. You got to move, right? They're not going to create themselves. And I'm sure that's something that the coaching staff will be drilling in players' heads, right? Keep your legs moving. Up to the Czechs, I'm not changing anything right now. Everything we've been doing has been working as they win. Clean draw, shot, good pad save by Carter. Boy, that was a laser off the stick of Hoffer. Brought back out in front of the Czech Republic. Czech Republic with it behind the net. Backhand attempt. Goes to the crease as that player heads off. For change. Player loses their sticks. Number 37, Scott Morgan. Morgan picks up his stick. Tries to chip it back behind the net. Uh-oh, bad break there for the U.S. But then they get fortunate break. As that ball looked like it was about to end up on the stick of number 19, Daniel Crawl. He would have had an empty net. Czechs in the zone now. Picked up Corey Wilson. Czechs regain possession along the near boards. Trying to walk it out. Number 93 for the Czech Republic. With much dumped it down deep by the U.S. Corey Fredrickson giving chase. Bodied it off play. And that's going to end up getting trickled to Carter. He just leaves it for number 88, Mike Landis. With it, walks it out in front of Carter. Just here in the second period. And it dumps it off. Corey Wilson in the neutral zone. Wilson forward. Ball rolls off the Czech player's sticks. He's going to end up trying to carry that into the U.S. zone. Moves it in down deep. Nice outlet pass from the U.S. This shot, glove save! Nice job flashing the leather there for the Czech netminder Mokry. I believe that was some Connor Callahan with the bridge. Yes, it was. See here on the replay. Good shot by Callahan. You know, trying to pick a spot there. Mock sharp it. Referee once again reading War and Peace to each of the centermen. Apparently nobody's ever taken the drop on their life and line up for the face-off. So referee's doing that, back to the action. In down deep, Albright unable to corral it up to the boards versus Getty. Getty unable to get that ball away from number 26, Dalamil Zvonek. Jackson complete control of this game. Nothing. By the United States, they do not have numbers here. Long shot, easily swallowed up by with 38 remaining here. We can actually get a clean draw here. One back by the Americans, gets blocked by the Czech Republic. Czech forward. US still with possession. Fakes a shot from the point. Shot blocked. Sent it down deep for the captain, Johnny Reeves. Reeves bodied into the boards. By Jordan Albright. For to Nick Carter. Down deep. Rifled around the boards. Nobody to receive it. Taken by the Czech Republic. They're able to get it out of the zone. Good for an outlet pass. Long shot. Just goes wide. Carter took a step out, cut down the angle. That was Billy with a pass there. 5 seconds remaining here in the second period. US looks to gain the zone. Turnover going the other way. Potential numbers for the Czechs. Blocked there by the United States. Not letting that ball get through. Put it in the neutral zone. And we're going to have a flooring call. And he's unable to Morale that chip it into the zone. 27.8 seconds remaining. Czech in complete control of the game. 3-0. United States just does not have an answer. Ready for the drop off by the near board by the Czech. Behind the net, Berga Moscow there. Rifle it up to Oregon. United States going backwards now. Back to Berga Moscow. 15 seconds remain. Well, this is what I mean. The United States doesn't have the luxury of sitting behind their net. They don't, right? They got to figure something out here. You can see it on stream, but that entire sequence there at 7-4, the U.S. not moving zone. So what's the defense supposed to do, right? So it'll be an interesting speech, I'm sure, by head coach Corey Hurst and assistant coach Tom Ruiz and assistant coach Bill Sullivan, former Team USA player himself, played many championships, part of one of the only gold medal winning teams the U.S. has ever produced, junior team that won in 2006 in Italy. But that's here nor there. So 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the break. We'll be back to bring you the start. Third period action. Czech 3, United States 0. Welcome back. 20 seconds remaining here until the start of the third period. The U.S. finding themselves in a deep 3-0 hole against the Czech Republic. The U.S. had a goaltending change, replacing Robbie Snyder with Andrew Carter. Not that Snyder did anything wrong. Certainly none of those goals are his fault. Sometimes you got to make changes, right? When your team's just not playing well, they don't have pep in their step, playing powerhouse like the Czech Republic. You just got to try things. So we'll see if any locker room adjustments that head coach may have made will pay dividends here. And conversely, from the Czech Republic, not changing a thing, man. Everything we're doing is working. Controlling the tempo of the play, we're generating more quality scoring chances. Getting better looks at that, clogging the neutral zone, preventing the U.S. from making an outlet. I just keep doing what I'm doing. The infamous Czech drum continues to get beaten ever so loudly. Up by Loda, fired into the U.S. zone. Albright. Albright has it. Trying to carry it, but Czechs. Good forecheck. U.S. continue to not have an answer here. We rifles it in down low. Best fired it behind the U.S. player, hems it in down deep. Levesque goes to get help. Sign with it. Levesque and Sign giving. And the U.S. goes to get some fresh here. Good poke check there by Nick Carter. Sent up to Jordan Albright. Picked up by Eddie Urban. Urban nowhere to go with the ball. Loses it. And then chipped up forward by Jan Čeka, one of the goal scorers here. Čeka back behind the net. Trying to find a trailer. Čeka so strong on the ball. Drops it off. Republic still with no shooting lane here. He's doing a good job clogging that. Over into the corner. There's a shot. Nice pass. Save rebound by Čeka. Just goes wide. Ball finally corralled by the United States, but turned over at their own zone. Bad choice. Pardon me. Bad effort to the U.S. to not get that out of the zone. I'm not sure what the thought process was. As Persischetti ends up in that battle and has it poke checked away by the Czech Republic. Good stick work by number 88, Jan Pospisil.
Ako sme to už spomínali, sa postará
well, Czechs can just kill time in their own zone. I mean, the clock is their friend here as we best control remaining. Certainly no make something happen. 3-goal lead. Razek. And are we going to get a call here? I don't know. Arm up. Have to take a look at this on the replay. So he dumped it, and then, well, look, man, I'm just trying to deliver some fair and honest commentary. It seemed like a harmless play, but you see the American player throw an elbow there. So this play is on video review. I mean, obviously in a situation like this where the ball is off the player's stick, you have to make a reasonable effort to get it away out of the path of the player. So there's the ball going away, right? Body checking is minimal contact allowed in ball hockey, but it's not like ice hockey, right? You can't body check people. Yeah, so that elbow getting up. Referee, I'm calling that. That's a penalty. And ultimately, it's unnecessary. Right? There's no hockey value in doing that. I'm not sure what Sketty is thinking. Listen, if you're a friend, family, of this kid, I'm sure he's wonderful and everything, but that's just a dumb hockey play. There's no point in that, right? You're down 3-0. Why put your team at further disadvantage by throwing an unnecessary elbow? I don't understand that. Captain Johnny Ruiz gets an explanation here from the referees. Yeah, the referees are calling. And it's the right call. Again on replay. So 2-minute elbow. Heads to the box. Stopping to the referee about what I don't know. Corey Wilson going to talk to the referee as well, as this versus Sketty, the offender. Well, you can argue it all you want, man. At the end of the day, you're guilty as charged. In 1080p Ultra 4K high definition, if you want to call it. It's up there on the Jumbotron. Right? Anywho, back to the action. US now. Short-handed for 2 minutes with 11 minutes and 40 seconds here in the period. Checks up 3-0. Complete control of this game. Gloved down by Mockery. So they gave him a 2-10, right? 2 minutes. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the announcer to stop talking here. It's very loud when he's talking and trying to do commentary. They gave him a 2-10 for checking into the head. It's the right call. Shot goes wide. Senator attack him. Now the team have grappled it up. As Jordan Albright to break out here, the U.S. numbers checked away by the Czechs. Then back again, Albright giving some chase. Brother Drew Albright. As the Czechs send it back behind their net. Get a couple of fresh legs out. 40 seconds left and advantage, and 25 left in the third period. Quickly in the United States, 3-0. Brendan versus Sketty box with 2-10. Checking of the head. Pass over to the fucking board. Long shot. Point goes high over to the glass. Sent towards the far boards, back to the point. 10 seconds left with the man advantage. Back to the point. Czech trying to get one final opportunity here. Out of the box, even strength. They killed the penalty. Walking in all alone. Shot, score! What play! Number 92, Jan Czechia, boy. This guy is really special, I'll tell you. Took it in from the far boards. Body through an American player. And somehow managed to roof that top shelf. Outside individual effort there on the point of Czechia. Take a look at the replay here. Walked in. That was Worgen, number 37. Pass in front of Carter. Worgen. And then Czechia just goes to the shelf. Outstanding individual hustle play. Jumped in deep by Corey Wilson. Czechs now in cruise control here. 4-0 up against the United States. 9 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the third period. Shot on net and ends up getting smothered. Up there against the side of the net by both Tech Mulcahy. Assist on the goal there, Jan Billy, number 89, and number 12, Tomáš Kudela on Jan Czechia's game. Well, got my vote for player of the game in Czech Republic. He has been a force to be reckoned with here. Shot blocked by the Czechs. Dumped in deep by the U.S. there. Cross-side, shoots it wide. Nice effort there, but unable to find the back of the net. Krause with it, and he's offside. Well, he wasn't offside, Connor Callahan was. 8 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the third final period. Czech Republic with a commanding 4-0 lead over the United States. Picked up by the Czechs. Out near the far boards. Center attempt over Billy. Czechs very content to just kill time here, play pitch and catch in their defensive zone. Applying pressure on the forward Czechs, but the Czechs have an answer for it. offense. Czechs still could out and just kill clock in their own zone. Over to Kazak. Now it's finally ball was shot up in the bench with 7 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. So they almost took a minute off the clock just by playing pitch catch in the defensive zone. As we get some jostling here. Dumped in deep to the U.S. zone by the Czechs. Giving chase is Vanek. Back down low to Longer. Along the near boards, poked back in. Fincher Proka. Trying to dig it out there. Finally, the U.S. comes away with it. Good read by the Czechs. Did walk it in. Czech Republic shot just goes wide. Carter smothers it up. Good effort there by Lucas Lota. Trying to pick that near corner, but just and Carter was able to get the glove on it. Over in the U.S. zone. Long shot